everyone, I'm Morgan, and today I wanted to do a video to ask you to trash my TBR if you want to, or just tell me about the books I'm going to show you. So basically, the books I'm going to show you, I still kind of want to read. I bought them somewhat recently. Not really, actually, no. I bought them a long time ago, I would say, and I have never had the urge to pick them up at all, and that's why I need you today. I need you to tell me why I should or should not read these books, because I don't feel like unhauling them right now. I'm kind of curious about them, but as I don't know anything about them really, I never reach for them, and I don't want to have books on my shelves that I don't want to read, but I also don't want to unhaul them, so this is where you come in. So I guess I'm going to do this by genre. So first I'm going to show you classics, because who hasn't bought a classic book they thought they would read one day and never picked them up? So the first classic I have is The Magus by Fowles. I have heard like one person talk about it ages ago, and that's pretty much it. I was curious about the blurb when I read it like more than a year ago and bought this book, but ever since I have not really been excited to pick this up. So if you have read this and liked it or hated it, please tell me. Then I have Shirley by Brontë. Don't know, again, much about this book at all. I think I heard Lucy from Lucy the Reader talk about this book a few years ago, and that's kind of it. Mostly I wanted this book because it's in this wonderful edition that I love, but I don't know anything about it. Then I have The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand, which I bought because I have heard it's one of the most hated books ever, and I was curious because of that. Then I have The One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest by Kesey, which I bought because of this wonderful edition, but also because I've always wanted to watch the movie, because it was made by an amazing director who is someone I can't remember the name of, because right now I'm forgetting everything, but I want to read this. What is it about? Please tell me. I know I can read the blurbs, that's not what I'm asking. I'm just saying, like, why should I read them? Is there something wonderful in this? Is there something awful? I want to know. Then I have Lord Jim by Conrad. Don't know anything about this. I just know it's a beautiful edition. Then I have A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I got it because it's Charles Dickens. I don't know anything really about it. I have read other books by Charles Dickens and felt okay about them. Yeah. And the last classic I have is this House of Mirth by Edith Wharton. I have heard a few people, I think, talk about this over the years, but nothing specific. So again, what do you think about this if you have read it? Now I want to get into literary fiction and historical fiction, if you bear with me. So the first one is Caleb's Crossing by Geraldine Brooks. This won the Pulitzer Prize apparently, so it must be good, but I don't actually know much about it. I don't know why I picked it up, honestly. I think it was a nice paperback, and because I typically like books that won the Pulitzer Prize, I bought this, but I don't actually know anything about it. Then I have Shantaram by Gregory David Roberts, which I remember hearing about like 2 years ago or something, people reading it, and a lot of people who have read it love it, but I don't actually know why. It's such a huge book as well, so I don't really want to start a book not knowing anything about it when it's this long, and unless I have a lot of time in front of me, which doesn't tend to happen to me, so yeah. Tell me about this. Then I have The Corrections by Jonathan Franzen. Yeah, don't know anything about this. Now I have a sci-fi book, which is Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. I have heard a lot of people talk about this, but nothing that really skewed me, so I need thoughts about this. Please tell me what is so great about this series, or what didn't you like, please. Now, another pretty popular book is Fire and Blood by George R. R. Martin. I definitely plan on reading this book sometime, but I don't know. I have read, obviously, the Song and Fire series before, so Game of Thrones, in its entirety. My camera died, so I'm sorry if the angle changed, but so I was talking about Fire and Blood, so if you have any thoughts about this book, please let me know. And then the last book I wanted to show you is S by J.J. Abrams. This I have no idea how to categorize, so I'm not going to say the genre. All I know about this is that it's a book within a book, so literally this is a library book that the two main characters have taken out of the library, and so we're reading the book that they have taken out of the library, as well as the notes that they gave each other, they left for each other. And so it's a very peculiar kind of book, and you also have some papers in the book that you have to read, and yeah, many different things. And it's such an interesting type of book, but I don't know what the story is actually about. So if you have any idea and you've read this, I would love to know. But I was very interested in all these kinds of books a few years ago, the books that people call as well book objects, and I still am right now. I just don't know what this is at all. So tell me about this and all these books in the comments. Please help me decide what I need to do about these books. Should I read them right now? Should I unhaul some of them maybe? No idea. Just help me decide. So I hope you have some thoughts about these books to share with me, and if not, it's still okay. Thank you for watching, and I hope you see you in another video. Goodbye.